Hare Krishna. I welcome each and everybody to this Bhagavad Gita section. Today we are going to discuss the most important chapter, that is the devotional service. Up till now, we were in the middle of the diamond, what we are studying. In Bhagavad Gita, we are having 1 to 6 chapters. The first 6 chapters represent the Karma Yoga. And the next 6 chapters describe the devotional service. And the next 6 chapters describe the Jnana process, how you can attain bhakti with with the knowledge. Jnana means knowledge. So now we are in the peak of 12th chapter. In this 12th chapter, after Krishna is explaining about again in the devotional service. Devotional service is very simple. When you feel the presence of Krishna near you, if you are speaking to somebody, when you speak about Krishna, when you hear about Krishna, when you glorify Krishna, when you glorify the devotees of everything is devotional service. What Krishna says that I won't live in Goloka Vrindavan or Vaikunthas. I live in the association of devotees who are going to glorify my pastimes. I'm very eager to hear that pastime. So Krishna will be there when we are speaking the glories of Krishna's pastimes in the association of devotees. So this is the main association where Krishna is also listening. So you have to be very careful when going to discussing about the pastimes of Krishna. So in this Bhagavad Gita sessions, up till now you have completed the 11th chapter. Can anybody give the essence of Bhagavad Gita? Mani Prabhu, go ahead.
Sorry?
Essence of Bhagavad Gita. I have said you many
Hello.
times. Essence of Bhagavad Gita.
Essence of Bhagavad Gita
Mm.
to reach Krishna.
To reach Krishna. And okay, this is one way of answering. Any other? Murli
Think of,
Prabhu?
think of Krishna, never forget of Krishna.
Yeah, think of Krishna, never forget Krishna. Means every time remember Krishna. And Krishna also says, Antakale chamameva swaran mukta kalevaram. Means at the time of death, if you are thinking about me, you will definitely reach to me. Yam yam papismaram nyatma. So, in this way, each and every chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it glorifies the devotional service. If you go to the 6th chapter, you will be having being few slokas. If you go to the other chapters, if you go to the 11th chapter, what we have completed, that also ending of the 11th chapter, it gives the devotional service. Means bhakti is the supreme. So up till now we have seen, up till 11 chapters, we have seen all the main essence of Bhagavad Gita also we have seen. Now, what is the speciality? Why again devotional service? Again, Bhakti Yoga is described here. Because here Krishna, we have seen that because in Vishwarupa means it is a temporary manifestation of the incarnation of the Lord, which is having thousands of hands, thousands of faces. It was very much glowing, just like thousands of suns are glowing in the sky. Because of the gold ornaments and because of the weapons, each and every demigods were having. And up till Arjuna can see from his one side, the area is occupied, or the persons of the Vishwarupa, it's very huge. When he is seeing from one side to the other, he can't even know which is the beginning and which is the ending. And this is only the temporary manifestation of this universal form. And you also know that universal form does not have any specific residence in the spiritual world. Because we know that if you take our whole spiritual world is about 3/4 of the universe. And only 1/4 of that universe is the material world, where we are living. There are many, and in that also there are many higher level planets are there, and also the lower level. But where we are living in the middle planet. And each and every even the demigods or any member who wants to be a devotee, they are very much interested to take the human form. Why? Because in human form, you can directly have the self-realization and you can have the direct access. That is the direct lift to go to Goloka Vrindavan. Other than reaching from each and every planet and again going for step by step, by doing bhakti in this human form, you can directly go to Goloka Vrindavan. So, what are the ways we are going? You know that Valmiki was there. He was a dacoit, and he was a tribe. He was killing lot of animals, but he got the mercy and association of Narada Muni, so that he became. Because when he was killing the animals, he was such a thing that he wanted to see when the animal is going to die with lot of pain. No, this Valmiki was very much enjoying the pain the others are going to the small animals like deer or anything. He used to kill half of them, and the other half he is to, if the animal is going to have suffering in that painful, and it is very pitiful to see that, no, he is to get enjoyment. Such a person got mercy of Narada Muni. With a little bit association of Narada Muni, he has changed to Valmiki, and he is the Adikavi. At that time, when the animals were killed, no, he used to say mara. And when Narada has given him to say, when Narada inquired Valmiki, because he was not the Valmiki at that time, he was a dacoit at that time. So when Narada went to him and said, why you are doing all this? Why you are killing this such a lot of animals? Why you are doing so much of irritable activities? At that time he said, I have to feed my family. As a tribe, I don't know any other thing other than hunting and killing animals. So this is my duty. So for my house, I have to feed my children and in my family. So I'm doing this. So that time Narada asked only one question, that if what are the sins you are accompanying in getting the sins from killing these animals, is that sins will be shared by your family? Okay. Then at that time, the tribe Valmiki said that no, they will definitely share. So Narada told, you just go and inquire and come. So at that time, this tribe Valmiki, he went back to the home and he asked his wife, his sons, and his daughters. So none of them said that we are going to take a share in your sins. It is your duty to feed us. So we are not eligible for your sins. So at that time, that tribe Valmiki got very morose. He got very morose and he came back to Narad Muni and he said, nobody is going to take my sins, but I'm doing everything from them, but also I must only suffer the sins. What is this? I can't understand. I'm very much more. At that time, Narada Muni had instructed to say the name, to chant the name of Rama. But at that time, the Valmiki hunter, the sins were so much, he could not even say the word of Rama. Then Narada said, what you can know. At the time of killing, I said, Mara. So you just practice that Mara, so that you'll be getting the purification. After getting the purification, then he can go back. So at that time, that sincere devotee, he was there, no? Strive Valmiki, because he got morose and he got cessation from all the material things and he got dashed to Narada's teaching. And he said he built a small hut and he was staying alone and he was doing the chanting of Mara. And eventually this Mara has transformed into Rama. And from that, when it was transformed to Rama, when again, after some years, when Narad Muni came to that forest area to see who is the person who is chanting this Rama, he was very much amazed. Because we can't think that if a spiritual master is so merciful in giving the holy name, but the other person may not be capable of it. But here, this Valmiki took it very seriously and he did. So he was chanting the Rama name. And that, no, when Narad Muni was also accompanied by Bhrigu Muni. So both of them came to the forest where this Valmiki was living. tribe Valmiki. So at that time, when Valmiki saw this Narada Muni, he was very much attracted to Narada, that he wanted to give Shastra. So when he was walking, no, yeah, walking from the hut to see Narada Muni, there was it's a little distance. So he has to run the way. So in running also, if he is going to stamp on the little smallest of ants also, it will be a lot of sin. So he was jumping from here to there and here to there. And Narada could not understand why the road is very straight, why this tribe Valmiki is not walking straightly. After giving Sastang Pranam to Narada and the Bhrigu Maharshi, when the scribe Valmiki got up, and then Narada asked the scribe Valmiki, why were you not walking? Then he told, no, they were little. Once we were walking on that way, so I can't disturb their life. So I was jumping from here to there where the ants were not. See, such is the fruit of association. Lavana matra sadhu sanga sarva siddhi hoy. See, the devotional service, why this pure? Narada is a pure devotee. So he got the devotional service. What is meant by a pure devotee? A pure devotee is a person who always carries the Lord in his heart. And what he does, the pure devotee, without, if the person is liable, or if he doesn't have anything also, he has such a mercy that he gives the holy name to each and everybody, such that here the instance is Narada and Valmiki. After this Valmiki had got lot of pious activity, he was turned into a Valmiki Rishi, and he has written this Ramayana, the Adi Kavyam, and he became the Adi Guru. See, only by bhakti, by little bit association of Narada Muni, and the seed of bhakti was sowed in his heart, so it sprouted. So he was decoyed. But now we are human beings, but we lack this. What we are lacking? The association of devotees. When we are going to hear the pastimes of the Lord in the association of devotees, it gives lot of motivation how to become a devotee. As we are taking the baby steps in devotional service, we continue with our devotional service, this chapter. So this was a small introduction and a small story which would emphasize us, means which will be inspiring to do our devotional service. Yes. And there are many inspiring stories. It is just like Dhruv Maharaj was there, and the Gajendra was there, Ajamil was there. There are many stories. But this, why I have taken this Valmiki, because from such a degraded person, he became a devotee of the Lord with little bit association. So this association is very important to us, because when you are associating with the like-minded people, the qualities of the pure devotees will be inculcated in you automatically. That is nothing, you think it is nothing coming from outside. But if you see one person serving the Lord with much more care, you also want it. Your heart will be also pleased, and you also want to do that service. So this service attitude, service to the Lord, is going to implement from your heart. That is, the Chaitya Guru is going to give you the directions to do the service to the Lord. So in this way, your devotional service, because we are taking the baby steps towards the devotional service to become a devotee. As we are the sadhaka bhaktas, we are not the pure bhaktas, because we are not doing by our real interest. We may be doing by the force of other persons or the force of gurus, but we are doing we are doing it is. So we are following some rules and regulations for devotional service. So this is what this story Every gives us. We have to do devotional service. And the devotional service is always remember Krishna. Think of Krishna. Never forget Krishna. Whatever you do, if it may be you're working, just pray to Krishna and start your work. If you're coming from office, closing the work, just pray one time to her into Krishna. Today I have done it. Because you have to have the qualities of gratitude. Because the day is given by Krishna, the work is given by Krishna. We are not doing anything. Everything is done by Krishna. We are just the speculators, because we are not this human body. We are the souls. The soul cannot do anything. But when it is placed in the human body, we are doing some works. But we don't think that we are the souls. We every time we'll be in our body consciousness. So we have to have a gratitude to Krishna so that we have to come out of this bodily consciousness, and we must be in a position to be that we have to see each and every person, every living person. So we have to see the Paramatma. The Paramatma is one of the three parts of identification of Lord Krishna. So we have to see anything, whichever may be. If somebody is very nicely, he's very nicely cooking, the king, the cooking part, or the part and how he is going to cook, that's the strength given by Krishna to him. It is not his own strength. If you see a person very elegantly speaking, that elegantly speaking is given by Krishna. If somebody is good at painting, that painting ability is Krishna. So in this way, you can see different persons around you in the form of Krishna. Whenever you see a person, you doesn't recognize by bodily, but you have to have that eyes, that chakshusha, jnana chakshusha, how Krishna has given even to Arjuna to see this Vishwarupa. So we also need to pray to Krishna that whoever I see, it must be linked towards Krishna. So we need to have an intimate relationship with Krishna, because by knowing about the person, we will be having an intimate relationship. So now Krishna is going to say bhakti, the superiority of bhakti in this 12th chapter. Hare Krishna. Any one of you can read the 12th chapter from 1 to 7 slokas, translations of the slokas.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Go ahead, Prabhu.
Text 1. Arjuna inquired which are considered to be more perfect. Those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested. Text 2. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, those who fix their minds on my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect. Text 3 to 4. But those who fully worship the unmanifested, that which lies beyond the perception of the senses, the all-pervading, inconceivable, unchanging, fixed and immovable, the impersonal conception of the absolute truth, by controlling the various senses and being equally disposed to everyone. Such persons engaged in the welfare of all at last achieve me. Text 5. For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. Text 6 to 7. But those who worship me, giving up all their activities unto me and being devoted to me without deviation, engaged in devotional service and always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me, O son of Partha, for them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. Text 8. Just
Yeah,
fix your
Prabhuji.
mind upon me.
Hare Krishna. Enough, Prabhuji. We'll discuss up till 7 slokas today. 7 translations. So now we have seen the connection between the 11th and 12th days. After hearing this, God is very intimate, personal appearances, everything. Arjuna wanted to hear about the devotional service. So the chapter named Devotional Service came. So now he wanted to know what is the difference between the position of a devotee. Position of a devotee means every time, whatever the work he does to please Krishna. Just like Ambarish Maharaj was there, no? He used to use his feet to walk to the temple. He used to have your hands to clean the altar or the temple. He who used to do Abhishekam for the deity, he wanted to see the beautiful form of Krishna. He wanted to smell Tulasi. He wanted to chant the hymns of the Lord. So in all this way, all the senses are in the working senses. Everything he dedicated me in serving the Lord, as Ambarish Maharaj used to do. So this is the so now Arjuna wants to clarify how a devotee is there and what is the Jnani is there. Jnani is also a devotee, whereas Ambarish Maharaj is also a devotee. So what is the position? How they are going to renounce their work? To clarify his position of being attachment to the form of Krishna. Because Krishna's form is as superior. Because unmanifested Brahman is Nirguna Avatara. Because it doesn't have any type of qualities. It is only the effluence of Krishna. It is a Brahman feature. Whereas universal form, it has, but it is a temporary feature. So some people will be having lot of mistakes. The imposters will be there, no? They'll be having that only two-hand Krishna is the personal feature. So we all know that now two-hand feature of Krishna is the personal feature and it is the Shyam Sundara form. As we have seen, as we have seen our parents in this two-handed form, we have seen our grandparents. So their grandparents and the forefathers are also in this form only, human form. So the same way, Krishna is also in the two-handed form. What is Krishna? Aham Bija Pradhan. Means he's the seed-giving father. So now he's saying that Arjuna is asking two different questions, no? If the personally, a devotee who is worshipping you in the personal form is very important, or the person who is offering you, he may be a devotee and he is offering in a Brahman form is devoted. See, now you can take the personal form. If you are taking the personal form, because you all are doing the chanting process. So you can sit and chant. At the time of chanting, when you are chanting, the name Krishna will be dancing on your tongue. Yeah, when you say Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. So the when you are going to speak this Krishna, Krishna, Krishna will be coming and dancing because he is not different from his Nama Guna Leela. So Krishna will be dancing on your tongue. So whoever is going to say that, Krishna will be on his way because he's listening to you. So whereas if you are meditating, because you know that Krishna means the two-handed form feature, the Shyama Sundara form. He'll be wearing Vaijayanti Mala. He's wearing Makara Kundala. He's having a helmet that is of peacock feather. He'll be playing a flute. So when you say Krishna, you can immediately recognize the form of Krishna in you when you're going to chant. But you don't need, because some jnani devotees are there. What they will be doing, they don't think this Lord Krishna is having this in the personal form, because this is very much confidential knowledge. Because as we are the students of Bhagavad Gita, as we are in the qualities of Arjuna, now Arjuna, what the Arjuna is teaching, that what Krishna is teaching to Arjuna in the parampara form, we are also getting the same knowledge. But here, these Gyanis are there. Gyanis, they are from different parampara differently, because they Gyanis means they're inquisitive of the knowledge. They wanted to search for knowledge. So what they will do, they wanted to merge, because they know only the Brahman feature of the Lord. They doesn't know that after Brahman feature they'll be having the personal feature of the Lord. So when they don't know this, when they see that in the Nirguna form, they don't know about that. So what they want them to be going and fixed in that Nirguna form. So they want to merge in that Brahman form. So in this way, when this jnanis know how they will meditate, they will meditate on the impersonal form or the light feature. Effluence means the light feature of Brahman. So when the person is keeping totally, what no, if it is a summer season, no, what he will do, no, he will keep surrounding everything with fire, and he'll sit and meditate on Nirakara Brahman. If it is a cold season, he'll go into the river and he'll be meditating. So there also his body is going to affect. But what is his mind? He's having that God is Nirguna. Means he doesn't have any form. He is only formless feature, and it is only the Brahman. Brahman means the effluence of the Lord, the light feature. And so when this both are there, so impersonal feature is the Brahman feature. So when this Gyani will say that impersonal feature, he's going to search for the impersonal feature, and what will be his solution? He wanted to merge in that impersonal feature. But for us, we don't want to merge in. As a devotee, we don't want to merge into any type of affluence, but we need only the service altitude. That is dasa. Means Krishna favors. See, Krishna is equal to each and every living entity, but he specially has the flavor with devotees. He is very much inclined to his devotees who are doing his devotional service. So we are aspiring to be devotees, no? So in this way, we wanted to have the direct reciprocation system of love from the Lord. So we need an intimate relationship with the Lord. So impersonal feature and a personal feature. In this also, bhakti is superior, whichever may be the feature. See, it is not easy that everybody will have great faith and great attention to undergo to worship to Krishna. But when you are putting little bit effort in that, the path of devotion becomes very easy. Because without doing anything, because to become a jnani, you have to read lot of scriptures, you have to understand it. Because as in Kali Yuga, we don't have that much time. Because to read one simple language of Sanskrit only, need to take the slokas. If you are going to take the slokas of Bhagavad Gita only, to which because they are written in the rhythm form also. So to pronounce it and to understand the actual meaning, it may take lot of years of practice. So, but it is very easy when you are, but chanting is very easy, no? You can chant without any type of mistakes. And that is enough that Krishna because in all the different yugas of, if you are going to take such a yuga, there you will be having different, there the sacrifices was there. They used to sacrifice many things. In such a yuga, they used to meditate a lot for thousands of, because their age was 1 lakh years. They used to meditate for 20 years, 30 years, because their body was strong and they can have that power of meditation. So they used to meditate and they used to get the results of that. But in Treta Yuga, again, the religious duties and the religious principles they have been neglected. So only three-fourth of the members who were there in Treta Yuga, they were following this religious duty. So again, there was a shuttle. In Dwapar Yuga, only 50% were following and the others were neglecting. In Kali Yuga, it is one-fourth. By the end of Kali Yuga, what will happen? No, everything will be lost. Even the religious principles, everything will be lost. And we are very much there. We are in the starting of Kali Yuga. Because one-fourth of the devotional service is also going to happen. So, Krishna personally takes. Why I have said this? Because the chanting, if you are going to do chanting, because it is the Yuga Dharma, it is the Yuga Dharma Kirtana, which was given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If you are doing the chanting, Krishna personally take care of you in delivering his devotees, because Krishna is inclined to his devotee. Whereas when you have taken the path of devotional service that is recommended to us, then Krishna only takes care of each and everything. I told you the story of Arjuna Shastri, Arjuna Shastri was a Brahmana, and he was doing all his prescribed duties. He was having his wife. So what happened? No, when there was a drought in where he was living for being, there was a drought. So nobody, as a Brahmana, what are the features of the Brahmana? He has to go to the deity. He has to do the service to the deity. He can teach to the students whatever the shastras, he has learned from his guru, he's going to teach. So and he is going to beg the alms from different persons, so he is having that limited for his livelihood. So what happened? No, there was a drought in that area when Arjuna Shastri was there. So when he was reading different types of slokas, just there one sloka was there that he doesn't agree for that. And just what he said, no, everything is taken care by Krishna. But for 40, for nearly 10 to 15 days, he was starving. So his faith in the God was reduced. So what happened? No, he just gave a black line on that sloka. So at that day, what happened? No, because Ananya Chintama means don't think of anything, I'll take care of you. Krishna is promising that. So after having starving from 10 to 15 days, his body is weak and his faith, everything becomes weak. Because in Kali Yuga, even for one day to starve, it is very difficult. In that days, it was nearly at least Satya Yuga, Dwapar Yuga or something. So he has fasted and he has starved from 10 to 15 days. So at that time, when he has given the black line on that Bhagavad Gita sloka, the God immediately, when this Arjuna Shastri went to beg alms from the devotee, from nearby houses, as this, Krishna and Balram appeared and they brought all the required food items that were there. They both carried lot of food items and they came to the house of Arjuna Shastri and they delivered that. At that time, Arjun Shastri wife was there. No, the wife was also very pious lady. So after seeing these two, when they knocked the door of that house, the Arjun Shastri wife came and she was very much pleased to see the face of the two young boys, because every time Krishna will be in the age of 15 to 16 years. So Balram was little more eldest. So seeing the beautiful faces, she was very much pleased and she was very much admired. At that time, no, they both hand over the work, the things what they had worked. Then she told me all to keep in the storeroom. So after keeping, then she asked both of them to stay there so that I'll cook the boga and I'll give you the prasad. Just be here, because it is the duty of the guest. If somebody are coming in, if it may be whoever, if it is enemy also, if somebody is going to come to your house, you have to treat him in such a way that he forgets that you are the host is the enemy. So in that way, she gave a seat to sit them. But at that time, these two young boys, no, they were very busy. They told, no, we can't. If we are going late to meet our guru again, he will slap us like this. See how he has slapped us. So he has shown the two black lines which he was written in the sloka of Bhagavad Gita. No, he had just striked off with black ink. So that way there on his back of Krishna. So she thought it may be real. So his guru may be very strict, this fellow. So he allowed them to leave the place after giving some water and place to sit. He allowed. So when Arjuna Shastri came with no arms in his hand, he was is very pitiful. And after he coming, he told that I got arms, so she cooked nice prasadam, and she said that prasadam is ready. If you want, you can if I can feed you. That time Arjun Shastri got very surprised. Who brought everything? Means two kids were two young boys. They came. So one was in the color of blue and one was in the color of white, pure white, just like a pearl. So they brought all the items for the food and other things. And she in turn asked, why you have bet that small blue color blue young boy with such a force, such that he got both black lines on his back. So you're very rude. So at that time Arjun Shastri did not get who are these two boys. But later on, when his wife has said no, there were the strikes on his back. But Arjun Shastri immediately went to into the place where he was doing Shastra Jain of Bhagavad Gita, and he removed and he immediately wiped off the black lines where he has striked on that sloka. He immediately and he immediately repented that his wife was more in devotional service, so that she has seen the Lord face to face. Whereas Arjun Shastri, he was doing such a penance, but his faith was very less. He has not even seen the Lord, and he was very repenting. So when Krishna promises anything, no, he will come and he will do definitely. If it is a promise from Krishna, he will take care of everything. Just what we have to become as a devotee, we have to become an instrument in the hands of Krishna. So here coming back to Bhagavad Gita, so Krishna will personally take charge in delivering his devotee. For this, I have given you a reference of that. So now in the first sloka, Arjuna wants to clarify which is more perfect. Is those people who always properly engaged in devotional service, or if the worshippers of impersonal Brahman who are more perfect? See, here the two classes of transcendence are there. Personal means directly serving the Lord, engaging himself with the by doing service to the Lord. That are the personal feature, that is personalist. And the other type of transcendentalist is impersonalist. Impersonalist means the persons who are engaged in in unmanifested form or the impersonal form or the effluence of the Lord. So these two people are there. But these people, two people, what there is a common thing, that is the devotional service is common. So how we can? This conclusion is in Bhagavad Gita, we must be always attached to the personal form of the Lord. What is the personal form? See, in the last chapter, we have seen that Vishwarupa, after full appearances of Vishwarupa, in Vishwarupa, when the Lord had shown that Kala Rupa to Arjuna, Kala Rupa means the killing. The Bhishma, Drona, everybody, that even they know, no, the fearful creature was as the Dantam was there, it was killing the soldiers and the red blood, everything, no, as the Kalaswarupa, everybody is defeated by me, just take the credit. Krishna has given the credit to Arjuna because Arjuna became the instrument in the hands of Krishna. And afterwards, Arjuna, after seeing this fearful picture, what Arjuna prayed that I don't want to see this picture, just transform to four-handed form. After the four-handed form, he transformed again into two-handed form. So devotees' main interest, the conclusion or inclusion is that we must be attached to this two-handed form of Krishna because it is just like us, so we'll be very much attached. And also we have learned in the chapters of second, but our spouse, we are also the spark, and um, the Lord is just like a fire. Yeah, Anu and Vibhu. Anu means the small fire, a fire particle. Vibhu is the total fire. So these, and also their best of yogis are there. Who are the best of yogis? Who remembers Krishna, always think about Krishna, never forget Krishna's essence, no? No, they are the best yogis. And we are the part and parcel of Krishna. We are the part and parcel of the whole. What is whole? Whole is nothing but Krishna. So everything, whichever the chapter you think, that is also saying you about this Bhakti Yoga. And Antakalecha Mameva. In chapter 8, we know that anyone who thinks of Krishna at the time of death, he goes to that spiritual sky. If you are going to think about Krishna, you will go to Krishna. If you are thinking about others, you go to others. Yamyam vapis paramyam. So in this both the features, which is see, if you are going to do some little bit devotional service, you are going to take one step ahead. If you are going to do the impersonal Brahman feature, it is just a waste of time. Why it is just a waste of time? If a jnani is going to do his sadhana for many years, if he is going to stay in that impersonal Brahman feature also, because there is no activity there, the soul gets agitated and the soul wants to come back to this earth. So there'll be activities. And after that, again, see, if a jnani is there, he will be reaching true meditation in that salpa and the time the Brahma Kalpa means the forehead the head will be broken, and there the soul will be going to other planets and it will merge in the Brahman feature. And Brahman feature, it doesn't have any activity. So what will happen? Again, it will come back to this earth in the form of semen. Again, it will become a baby. And again, what will happen? Again, to cultivate the path of bhakti, and again, he has to go to the devotional service. Means again, he has to take the rebirth and again to do the devotional service. But we are, as a devotees, we are doing direct devotional service. So in one or two, if you take a scale of crores and crores of life, you may be taking nearly 4 to 5 because it is very small, no? To be in bhakti and to do the devotional service. So the conclusion is that the personal form of Krishna is the best because all the other forms could be ours. But in Krishna, there is no disturbance because Krishna is the supreme Lord, supreme controller, supreme maintainer, supreme proprietor. Ham Sarvasva Prabhu. Everything is there. But he is aloof from everything also. And also those who are engaging. Krishna says the next answer, which is perfect, is a question from Arjuna. Krishna immediately answer. Those who are fix their mind in my personal form. In my personal form is 200 form of Vishnu. Worshipping me, and have lot of faith, no? They are most perfect. Who are most perfect? Who are doing the path of devotional service. Krishna's activities. What are the Krishna's activities? He had in the childhood, he has let Govardhan. If somebody can lift me, I can't even lift a pen with my pinky finger. But Krishna has lifted his pinky Govardhan because it is his strength. It is the strength of Krishna. Nobody will have that strength. So the activities of Krishna are not material there. Everything is spiritual. Everything is done by Krishna. See, if because there is constant engagement, if you are chanting, if you are hearing, if you are cooking, shopping for Krishna, washing vessels for instance in the temple or dishes, it does not have for a devotee. No, whatever the activity you are doing for Krishna. So here the answer from Krishna is the devotional service. Who is always engaged in worshipping me, he is the perfect. Now Arjuna is very happy to hear this. Why? Because he is a devotee. He is a devotee, so he is very happy to hear. So again, no, again, but he wonders. What he is going to wonder? Okay, as a devotee, I may attain you, but what is the attainment there? This impersonalists are going to get. How they are going to renounce their work? How they are going to worship you? How, because as it is an unmanifested form, how they are going to do? So for that also, Krishna answers because those people who are having if it is unmanifested form also, if they are surrendering, if they are surrendering, but if they are in the Brahman qualification also, they see that Vasudevam Sarvam Iti. Everything is Vasudeva. So now how we can have the different characteristics of the absolute? Absolute is unmanifested. It is beyond our sense perfection. It is all pervading, unchanging. It is fixed and immovable. But how it is unmanifested? Because you are doing with your various by controlling. Because when the yogi is doing his meditation, he has to control his senses. He has to be equal to everybody. He has to engage everything in the welfare of all. Because ultimate realization and full surrenders can only take this path. Because unmanifested form, no, to have no form, it is very, very difficult to have that realization. But they will have little bit realization that Vasudeva Sarvam Iti. Means everything is belonging to this Vasudeva. And this personal see, everything, some of the yogis, they may be having this Brahman feature is only the most. But the it is the inferior priority. But the superior feature is the personal feature of the Lord. But the path of impersonalist, is it very easy to meditate, to sit in one asana form only. In asana form means if you are going to sit in the Padmasana, you have to go to a secluded area, yeah, where nobody is going to disturb. In the forest, you have to keep the deer skin and you have to sit in one posture with your neck and back erect, and you have to concentrate because you can't totally close your eyes. Your eyes must be half open. So that whatever your mind is going to, you have to bring your all the senses to control, and you have to use that in meditating. It is very difficult to do because in Kali Yuga, nobody can be in the secluded place to go in a secluded place and to meditate. It is very, very difficult. Some people will be boasting that I have done this, I have done, but it is not practically. Practically, you can't do. So, this impersonalist realization, or to do the devotee in samadhi, or to do Ashtanga yoga and different types of yogas are there, Shat Chakra yoga, to do it is very, very difficult. So, so it is, the path is very troublesome. But bhakti, think of Krishna, it is very easy. Just remember his pastimes. Just see the feature. If you can't remember his pastime, just see the portrait of Krishna, how he's standing in Tribhanga form, how his feet are there, how which are the clothes he's wearing, how he is, which are the different ornaments he is wearing, how he's standing, how he's looking. If you're going to look at the beauty of Krishna, you'll be attracted because the name Krishna is only the attractive. So if you can see, if you don't know the pastimes of Krishna, if you don't know whatever, but you can see the form of Krishna in the frame of a painting or portrait or anything. If you're going to see it, you are going to attract it because Krishna is every time very attractive. He will attract each and everybody. So, but the path of the impersonalist is very troublesome because the path, if you are going to take the path of impersonalists, that is jnanis or anything, because it is unmanifested and impersonal form, no, to be attracted is very difficult. But for bhakti, you should take only the chanting process. If you are going to repeat the name of the Lord with lot of concentration and you are going to hear it, it's enough because a person who is in fully Krishna consciousness engages in devotional service. Bhakti yogis, they are the better, they are best. So, but the goal is the way, the goal is one. If it is a bhakti yogi or jnana yogi, but the path is different. Same goal, but there are different paths because jnanis will take the troublesome path. But here bhaktis, they will take the direct service. That is to do seva. Phalam patram pushpam toyam. Offering little one flower, offering little bit water, offering eating some of the scented fragrances of flowers, ours giving little bit prasada. If you are not eligible to give anything, you can just give a glass of water. So that is approved by Krishna, as it is said in Bhagavad Gita. So the bhakti, the deity of Krishna is worshipable. Worshipable. You can keep a small deity of Laddu Gopal and you can feed him, and you can take care of him as you are taking care of your son. So it is enough. That is the direct seva, what we want. So everything, everything which you do for Krishna, it is Sadguna. Sadguna means it is just like okay, if you are worshipping the Laddu Gopal in your temple, it is equal to the worship of deity in the temple. So it is because the God may be of different forms. You can take the God in the qualities of stone, wood, anything, any different material. Plaster of Paris, different material, but the God is one. God, you have to see the perspective to how you are seeing the God. That is different. See, the Archana, Atna, Vigraha may be made in different varieties of stone, black stone, white stone, different variety. But the faith you are having with Krishna, that is important. God is omniscient and He's all powerful. We accept all the services of the devotees. And it is very difficult. See, for an impersonalist, it's very difficult because he doesn't have any form, the seva or the service attitude cannot be there. He can only meditate. So, practice in devotional service is very easy because we are going to have a form of Krishna. We can do little bit archana, seva, everything so that we may be increasing. So, chanting of Hare Krishna, we may be having the guidance from Guru, simply offering regularly, hearing the glories of Krishna, eating Krishna Prasada offered to the Lord. These are the simple practices what we can do in our bhakti. But what are the realizations? This is the bhakti. As a devotee, I may have these realizations, I may have this opportunity to do seva to Krishna and to have a feedback. But like, Krishna means Sachitananda Swarupa, are every time blissful. So the Jnani comes to a point where Bhakti Yoga is also there. he may be storing, but sometimes what happens, no, sometimes these Jnana Yogis, they will come up to the level of this Bhakti Yoga. Means after coming to this Brahman feature, they will again fall down. They will take a human birth, and again there is a possibility that these people also come into the path of Bhakti. But personalists, they don't have any risk because we are doing personally chanting of, and it is a simple form, and we'll be having the complete realization. How we can realize the three forms: Paramatma, Brahman feature, Paramatma, and absolute truth. These three ways, or the absolute truth is personal in these three ways: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan feature. So we are going to have a supreme Bhagavan feature. So that is Sachitananda and the Vigraha. So if the surrender of bhakti is the ultimate goal to understand anything, so for us, it is only the process of Krishna consciousness which we engage in our devotional service, which is the best because we are doing little. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya. So we are doing only little bit seva and we are going to do. So now I have given you many understandings, but for simple understanding, I'll give you the difference of impersonalist and personalist. Impersonalists, they meditate in formless feature. Personalists, they meditate in the deity feature. And impersonalists, they have to control their senses. But the personalists, senses can be perceived as Ambarish Maharaj engages all his senses in the devotional service. See, to understand Brahman to Upanishad, to read the difference, the language of Sanskrit, understanding it, because the Sanskrit, one word, they'll be having 12 to 10 meanings. So to understand it in the Brahman feature, it is very difficult. But in in the devotional service, simply by chanting Hare Krishna, just by following the regulative principles that are given by Srila Prabhupada, the bona fide spiritual master, eating the remnants of the foodstuff offered to the Lord, that is prasadam, listening to Krishna. These are the simple things that comes naturally. See, for the impersonalists to practice bhakti, it is very difficult because they are in the nirguna stage, formless stage. They have to come to the form. It is very difficult. But for the personalist, it is very easy and everything, because in impersonalists, no, they don't have the direct relationship with God. They'll be always troublesome. But here we are having the relationship with the form, because we are taking the Archana Murti, the personalist. We are having the deity form. It may be a picture, it may be a painting. So the relationship, the miseries, everything will be taken by Krishna from the first day. But for the others, it is very difficult because they are doing with own endeavor. But here we are taking the help of Krishna because we are chanting Krishna now. So we are taking the help of Krishna, and out of his causeless mercy, he will help us. See, this is the Brahman feature and the Bhagwan feature. I have given you the differences. So it will be very easy. Or in Sanskrit term, you can take as Brahman feature is Nirguna, Bhagwan is Sadguna, full of qualities. Nirguna means without qualities. Brahman is inconceivable, whereas Bhagavan is having possess inconceivable potencies. Because he is full of energies. He is all pervading. Here also, Bhagavan is all pervading by his energy as super soul in each and every one. Super soul is nothing but the Paramatma feature. So, Bhagavan is having all the six opulences. He is the richest person. He is the strongest person. He's having different types of gunas, vayanas, svaikatna, different six opulences, and nothing is lost in this bhakti feature. Swalpam apyasya dharmasya means you are doing little bit and you are going to get. There is no loss in it. So this Bhagwan feature, you can have Satchitananda realization, the realizations of Brahman, Paramatma, Atma, and Bhagwan feature is also there. But here they can only realize up till the Sat feature, that is a Brahman feature. And the risk is that they could not understand the personal feature of the Lord. So these two, if you see it is impersonalist or personalist, or if it is Brahman or Bhagavan, it is one and the same. Because impersonalist will be going for Brahman feature. Whereas the personists are the devotees who will be going for Bhagavan feature. These two are the differences. So up till now we have seen this. What is the difference of Brahman feature and the Bhagavan in person? Brahman and Bhagavan. So now after this, we know that devotional service is very simple and easy because Krishna personally delivers his devotees. So what we are doing? We are doing a little bit service to Krishna because I am speaking about the glories and you all are hearing. So speaking means I'm purifying. By listening, you are also purifying. See, this is the association of devotees. And the only way to appreciate the Supreme Lord or the Supreme Personality of Godhead is by devotional service. It is delivered by a God Himself. See, realization of pure devotional service, that is, God is great. We are dasanudayata. We can render our duty. We can do service to the Lord. If we are not going to do service to the Lord, we are going to serve Maya, the external potency of the Lord. If you are going to do the personal internal feature, internal potency of the God by serving the God, it is better. If you are not doing service to here, you are going to do the external service. That is Maya Devi or the Durga. And how we have to be, our mind must be fixed. Standards of devotional service, desire. What must be our only life goal? Life mission is to we must not put ourselves friend. What we have to put Krishna in the center. Whatever you're doing, if you are going to earn money, this is the month and I earned for this month. So this is the month I am using this. Just say everything, and so that you'll have a personal interaction. If a wife and husband are there, if the husband brings the salary to his wife, he will say, the wife will say, no, these are the deductions, in this way I have spent. The same bonding of wife and husband, how the bonding is there, the same way for the Lord and devotee, the bonding also must be developed. So at that time, the intimate relationship with the Lord is developed. So the only one mission of a devotee is to satisfy Krishna. Anything. Arjuna in battle was there, no? He sacrificed everything for Krishna. Arjuna doesn't want to do the battle only. After listening to Bhagavad Gita, everything, he had only chosen. Krishna has given you even options to Arjuna. Whichever one you become. But Arjuna has chosen personally. That is the free will that Krishna is giving you. If you want, you serve me. If you don't want, don't serve. If you are not going to serve, what you are going to go? You are going to go again in the cycle of life and birth. So when you want, you have to come out. So if for everything, when Krishna promises that he will take care of everything, become my devotee without any default, God will deliver us. See, in the case of Gajendra Moksha, uh, everybody know na Gajendra Moksha story. Hare Krishna.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Mataji, we know. Yeah.
So, see, at that time also, when Gajendra was fighting, Gajendra was in the Trikuta mountain, and he was having nearly 10,000 wives. Gajendra was an elephant and he was having 10,000 wives and many children. But when he entered the pool, in that water pool, he was not very energetic. Whereas in the water, the crocodile was there. But at that time also, because Gajendra was a devotee in his previous birth, he got shift deliverance from Krishna. Hari came and he had given the deliverance to the crocodile and also so to the elephant. And also in the story of Ajamila also got deliverance. Everybody know the story of Ajamil? Hare Krishna. Let be an interactive
No,
section. I'm
Mataji.
only
No, Mataji. No, Mataji. We don't
you
know.
don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Ajamila, see, Ajamila was a Brahmana. And he was at the age of nearly 20 years and he was a married man. man, he used to he was in a family. The Brahmanas in that Satya Yuga, no, they used to do different types of sacrifices. So in different sacrifices, different things were needed. So one day in day, what happened? No, this Ajamila went to forest area to collect the different types of sticks for the sacrifice. So what happened? No, unfortunately, when he went to the forest, he wanted to collect. He had seen the scene that he must not see. He has seen that one prostitute was having his time with the other person. So at that time, he got very much attracted, and he immediately left that place, collecting, eating different things, and he came to the home. But his mind was there, fluctuating, eating the scene where the prostitute was there, and he was intimately connected with the beauty of the prostitute. His wife was more beautiful than the prostitute, but still he was having that, because when you are attracted to something, again concentrately meditating, no, you feel if you don't get that, no, your anger will be sprouted. But when you are in angry, you will be falling down. The same happened with Ajamila. So what happened? No, after some time he got a connection with that prostitute, and afterwards the it came to his home to do the household work. Later, what happened? No, this Ajamila has thrown his parents and his wife out of the house, and he started staying with this prostitute. When the community of Brahmanas know about this, about what is happening in Ajamila's house, they have deprived this Ajamila and the prostitute from their community. So they were not having anywhere to stay. At that time, they both went to the forest. They had a little hut and everything, and they were doing, because the prostitute was still heated. She used to eat meat, and she used to have alcohol, everything. So which are not eligible for Brahmanas. But because he was with the prostitute, this Ajamila also got degraded, and he got many sons, many sons with that prostitute. One day, what happened? No, this prostitute went to a tree. He jumped on the tree to bring some wine or something from the tree, and it immediately fell down, and the prostitute died. The prostitute was having a girl. She was the same dito as her mother. So what happened? No, Ajamila continued with that girl, and she got many sons. But it was such a degraded, because Brahmana, the birth of a Brahmana means is having lot of good qualities. Till 19 years, he was following each and everything. After seeing the scene, this fellow fall down to up 88 years. So by some of the because by some, as he was having little bit association with some of his friends, when some of the sages, while there was a birth of his last son, and some of the sages were going from that forest. So at that time, then they told to keep the name of the son as Narayana. And at the time of 88 years, this Ajamila was in his deathbed. But he was very much attached to his small son, Narayana. So, because Narayana was only 2 to 3 years old, every time he used to call Narayana, come eat, eat. Every time he used to be back of that small boy, because he was very much attracted to that name of Narayana and the boy. So at his death time, no, what happened? No, three Yamadutas came to take the soul of Ajamila. At that time, no, without having any type of knowledge, he just remembers the name of Narayana. He called Narayana, Narayana. He was intimately calling the boy Narayana. But he was only 2 years boy. He can't even listen properly. So he was playing in his mind. So afterwards, when this Ajamila, with force of fear and seeing the Yamadutas with the strange appearances, got very frightened, and he was calling this Narayana. No? At that time, immediately four Vishnu Dutas appear. See, Na, Ra, Ya, Na, four. So four Vishnu Dutas appeared there immediately. And this Yamadutas and Vishnu Dutas, they were having the conversation. and Yamadutas, they came to take the soul away. But here Vishnudutas came, no, we have to, this soul cannot be taken into Yamaloka, because he was purified by the name of Narayana. Antakalecha mameva swaran mukta kalevaram. At the time of death, whatever you remember, you'll go to that place, because Krishna has promised it, no? So in that same way, now he has chanted this Narayana. So now this Vishnudutas and Yamadutas, there was a conversation. And in that conversation, Vishnudutas says, Sanketyam Parihasamba. If you are going to call the name of the Lord, if it may be in the joking sense, if may be in the worship sense, if you don't want it to be in the demotivating sense, any sense, if you are going to call the name of the Lord, it is for the pleasure of the Lord. So God immediately comes and sends his messengers, no? So these Yamadutas regretted and they left the soul. When Ajamila wanted to speak to this Vishnudutas, they immediately disappeared. So Ajamila got the second chance. And at that time, Ajamila recognized, I have fallen down from a Brahmana to this degraded form. So now I have to go to Haridwar and do the devotional service. And I have to go to he got the ultimate goal. Where he has to go? To Goloka Vaikuntha. To go to Vaikunta. So he went to Haridwar, he performed different sacrifices, different. He started living with the different sages. He is to serve the Lord with all his senses for 12 years. And after the end of 12 years, he got the Vishnu's plane from Vishnu, and he went to Vaikunta. This is the small gist of Ajamila story, what I have said. So whenever the God promises anything, he will take care of his devotees. See how he has taken. Because Ajamila was a Brahmana, but he has degraded. His graph became zero. Beneath the zero, still he was saved. So this is the importance of chanting the name of the Lord. So always prefer, because devotional service is very easy to follow it. And here Krishna says that bhakti is superior path to reach it. Because we are the temporary beings. Because this world is only dukkhalayam ashashvitam. Because this is only not having his permanent request. How we are going to have permanent request? Have you seen somebody staying for very many long years? No.
No.
Still our age may be only 120 years. You may be seeing nearly 125 or 150 years, or some of the sadhus may be living nearly 500. But this world has started many crores of years before. One day of Brahma is only having 3.11 trillions and billions of years. So we are very comparatively, we don't have any eligibility, we don't have any knowledge. So what we have to do? Because we are so many mandas and mudas, we don't have that eligibility. So what we have to do? We have to do our devotional service by just chanting, doing Ekadasis, because Ekadasi, Lord is very much pleased. And this is Chaturmasa. God is in Patala Loka, and it is very directly. So whatever we are doing, do little bit seva, offer little till tulsi to the Lord, offer a flower to the Lord, take little. If you are not having anything prepared in the home, just offer a fruit to the Lord, water to the Lord. So he'll be very pleased. Whatever you are doing, it will be. If you are going to chant in the morning, your concentration levels will be increased, so that you can put total effort in whatever you are doing. So you'll be successful in that. So whatever may be, the highest perfection of life is to take the shelter of the Supreme Lord Krishna. That is the main essence. To take shelter, think of Krishna, never forget Krishna. That is the essence of Bhagavad Gita, what we have to know. So they may be differently, because through to activities are there, mental speculation. Some people see that no, I can do by doing this Ashtanga yoga, I can go near to the God. But doing Ashtanga yoga, they will go after only the Brahman feature. But as we are devotees, we will be very much attached to the 200 form of Krishna's Shama Sundara. And the highest form is to take the shelter shelter of the Lord. That is, think of Krishna and never forget Krishna. The essence of Bhagavad Gita. Every time think of Krishna, every time hear of Krishna, do chanting little bit. If you are going to speak on the phone to other person also, in that you add, if it is a personal call, you can add Krishna in that. So whatever you speak, it comes from the mouth of Krishna. The ability, what I'm speaking, that is also the Krishna only. Because I don't have any ability. Whatever we are speaking, whatever we are doing, ability, everything is Krishna only. Because he is the supreme person, he is the supreme controller, he is the supreme maintainer. Whatever we do, we are doing for his sake. We have to be in that conscious, not in the bodily conscious. We must be in the consciousness of soul, because the soul is always attracted to the whole. The whole is Krishna, whereas soul is a part and parcel of Krishna, no? Every time. See, if some of your friends may be coming to your house, when your house is very dirty, you don't feel like why they are coming now. But if your closest friend is going to come to your house and your house is very dirty, he'll say, no, no, I'll give you my helping hand. Chalo, we both will clean off the house so that our house will be very, very neat and see. So we can enjoy our house. We can do our seva. See, if it is the other relatives or everything, they won't give you the helping hand. They will go to other people and they'll say, see, this fellow doesn't know how to keep the house clean only. So there will be rumors at the moment. But if it is a close friend, he'll give you a helping hand. So we have to keep Krishna as a closest and the closest friend. If you see him as a close friend, you can have a personal attachment, just like a father to a child, or mother to a baby. Vatsalya rasa, madhurya rasa, different rasas with Krishna. You can have just like a guru and a devotee. In the Dasya rasa. See, Hanuman was there in Dasya rasa. No, whatever the Ram used to say, Hanuman used to follow that same the orders. Once what happened? No, Hanuman got a book of Rama. In that there were lot of names written. They are the devotees of Rama. And Hanuman got very struck and he went and asked to Rama, my name is not here. I am also a devotee of but my name is not in the book. Why? At that time, Rama told, you are in my heart now. Why I need to request? Because you will be here only. Every time you will be with me only. Why I have to think of you again? These are very far away, so I have to think of them. See how intimate the relationship with Rama and Hanuman. The intimacy is important. So we need to have an intimate relationship with Lord. If it may be Rama, Krishna, Narsimha, whichever the form of the Lord you want. But we need to have the intimate relationship with the Lord so that we can do our devotional service better. Hare Krishna, I'll end my session now. Any doubts, any clarifications, any comments? Hare Krishna, is it clear to everybody?
Yes, Mataji.
May I?
Yes,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Prabhakar Prabhuji. This is the first
Mataji.
time I have seen
Hare
you, I
Krishna.
think so.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Uh,
Any feedback, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, as a
Yes.
Hindu, every day I am doing puja, starting my first activity. I feels that I know everything about God, like other people. But after hearing this speech from you towards the Lord, Supreme Lord God, I feels that now I feels that I know nothing. Earlier I feels that I know everything, but I feel that I know nothing about Lord God. Just now I started. After receiving Bhagavad Gita, every moment in my life, I am praying Krishna, Hare Krishna. It is just a small change in my life. Maybe it may take many days. I don't know how many days it will take to know everything. Most of the words what I am hearing, I know. I actually the meaning also I don't know. Maybe it will take time to understand. That is my feeling. Maybe I
Yeah,
have
it
to.
takes little time, but I think so. Today class was clear for you.
Yeah, okay, it's clear now.
Whatever,
It's clear now.
it's
Yeah,
clear.
but some of the words, maybe it's not familiar to me. Maybe I have to gone
Okay.
through from the starting of the Bhagavad Gita. I received now. Maybe I will start practicing the Bhagavad Gita every day from the start, from the starting.
Yeah, you can do that, Prabhu. But
Yeah.
before that, can you please do a favor?
Yeah,
It's not
tell
a
me.
favor,
Yeah,
but for yourself, for your benefit. If you
yeah.
can chant the one round of Hare Krishna Maha mantra, it will be better.
Hare
Yeah,
Krishna Mataji.
Whatever you're doing, just add Krishna in that.
Yeah, that is what Krishna mantra only. From the last 1 week, I am chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna
Yeah, do
many
you
times
have the beat?
in a day. Pardon,
Okay,
ma'am.
Prabhu, do you have the beat bag?
I did not understand, ma'am.
Hare Krishna
Yeah,
Mataji.
yeah, yeah. I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Sorry for the interruption, Prabhuji. Mataji, can you show how to do the chanting, Prabhuji, with chanting? I given, but
Prabhu,
not
have you?
explained.
Yeah, you have given it.
Sorry. Yeah. Japamala.
Yeah, Jatmala. Prabhu, can you stop recording?
Yeah, sure, Mataji.
Record.